Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hey, We're Talking. It's me, Scotty D, and I've got Mr. Derek Tant, and Bobby Peel is over there on the keyboard as usual, typing away, looking for information. Today on Hey, We're Talking, I think you have to say it like that. Hey, we're talking. We're going to be discussing what we would do if we won the lottery. And we're talking the big one. Bob, what's the name of the big one again?
The Mega Millions.
Mega Millions. And how much is Mega Millions right now?
So I'm going to give you two numbers. The first number, $162 million is the jackpot.
All
and
right.
if you get the cash option, instead of taking it over 20 years, then you wind up with $98 million. And then obviously you'd have to subtract taxes from that. So, Derek, what do you think it would be after that? I know you're good at math.
After taxes, what would it be?
Probably. Oh, I'm Derek, by the way. 50 million or so.
50 million. All right. So we're working with $50 million.
But why limit ourselves? Let's go with 100. Who cares? I mean, if we're just talking about what we would do.
Yeah, for our purposes, let's just pretend that we're going to have $100 million. Okay. Now, to get this out of the way, we're just going to, we talked about this a little bit. So let's just get this out of the way. First of all, we're all going to pay our debts off. You don't want to have any debt. If you've got $100 million, you don't want to have any debt. So what do? You go, you buy. If you're going to stay in the house that you're in, you buy the house, you pay off the cars, you pay off your credit card debt, you pay off your student loans, you pay off whatever. Debt is gone, okay? Then most of us enjoy our family. So what we would do is also pay off their debts, take care of all their stuff, set them up so they don't have to worry, especially moms and dads. They get to be debt-free, and they get to live in retirement and happiness until the day they die. And then everything that we gave them will come back to us.
Right.
In the inheritance. So, okay. So the parents, brothers, sisters, they're all taken care of, okay? And here's the other thing. I'll just add this in. We said we do all that kind of stuff. And then we probably, at least I would, tell the family members, hey, I'm going to set you up good. But I don't want to hear you coming back in a year from now asking for $1 million or something like that. I'm going to take care of you. I'm a generous person. Don't keep coming around asking for more money. Bob, go ahead.
I think a good way to do that is to give them an allotted amount. Say, hey, I'm going to give you this much, but this much of that money needs to be invested. So you're not just going to get a big lump sum of something. You need to invest a portion of this into something that will make you some money. Or I think they do that with trust, that like you're only allowed so much per year until a specific date. I think that'd be a good idea to do.
Yeah, especially if they're young. I would do that with like the nieces and nephews. But one of the things I was thinking too is if you're going to invest the money, which all of us said we would do, we're going to invest the money because you want to live off this. You don't want to be like a year from now and go, well, that was fun. If we're going to invest the money, you find a good person to do the investing. And maybe the family's money gets put into that investment and they reap a certain percentage of that money. That way they can't just go dipping into it whenever they want. All right.
Sure.
So all that out of the way, what do you do? Let's just pretend after all is said and done, we've spent $25 million out of 100, taking care of everybody we want to, because there'd be friends that I would also take care of too. Like if I won, and I would probably give you guys some money, okay? And you're not even that close to me. I barely know you guys. I don't even love you that much.
No,
but I would take care of you, okay? There'd be certain people that I would feel like, hey, I'm going to bless this person, and I'd take care of them. Let's say when it's all said and done, $25 million spent. What are you going to do with $75 million?
Ooh. I'll go. Let me talk.
You go.
Talk. Yeah, $25 million. We've taken care of family, set up the nieces and nephews with college funds, whatever, I probably would not stay here. I'd probably move closer to Nashville to be closer to my two brothers who are pursuing careers there. Might move my mom over there, my dad, in-laws if they want to go. We'd get set up in a nice big complex. Everybody gets their own. Everyone gets their own little space. Another thought I might have had is I'd like to buy vacation homes, like a vacation home somewhere, maybe somewhere in the mountains, maybe somewhere on a lake where the whole family can use it.
Yeah.
It's not just this is my palace that I get to live at. It's like, no, here's a place if you want to go skiing, let's go. What's up, Bob?
And that's the cool thing, like especially in a market like today, if you were to invest in those properties today in a down market, as the years go by, the value is going to go up in those homes. So in a way, not only is that a nice vacation time and fun time, that's also an investment as well. So sorry, Derek, had to jump in and just say that.
Well, I'll just
That's
say
very
that's a perfect. I would do the same exact thing, Derek. I'm with you, 100%. You get someplace that's awesome that you could go if you're into skiing and stuff. But I'd also find a place in Michigan, up north in Michigan, on Lake Michigan, where the whole family could go in the summer, and we'd be there the whole summer, and the nieces and nephews and everybody could come and visit and spend the whole summer with Uncle Scott. I'd be all over that.
That's awesome. I would probably take an extravagant vacation, probably mainly focusing on Europe.
That'd be cool.
I mean, I wouldn't spend $8 million for like a month-long trip, but I think it would be.
You say you wouldn't, but I bet you would spend way more than you think you would if you spent a month in Europe.
Perhaps, but I still think maybe we're not going to be topping out 8 million. But I would like to. I'd like to take tours of castles and museums, historical sites. I'd like to go to distilleries. I'd like to go to breweries. I'd like to go to those places where the monks brew the
like in Belgium. Would you go to Belgium?
Who goes to Belgium?
He does.
I would.
He would.
I would. This
go
guy
to Chernobyl.
would.
Would you go to like Chernobyl and stuff and go hang out?
Chernobyl is in Russia, and that's or the Ukraine. That's the Ukraine.
Why would you go to Chernobyl?
I don't know. Some people like that.
Who'd go to Chernobyl?
No one.
That guy.
Oh, this is going off the rails.
Oh my gosh.
So big
you'd
time.
have a big vacation.
Yeah, and then for like a dream purchase, I would probably make my way to Munich, Germany, where they have this big old factory that makes BMW vehiculars, and I would like to have a very fancy BMW M Series sports car made for me. I'd be there. I'd be picking out the colors and the trim on the interior of the car. And the good thing about that is if you buy your sports car in Germany, at the factory, they will put fewer of the restrictions, like on the speed.
Ooh.
Like when they sell it directly to North America, and you have to buy your BMW, at a BMW dealer, like
It's
a regular
been neutered.
schmo. Yeah, it's slow. It's a little bit slower. I mean, it's maybe down to 150 as your top speed. If you buy it in Germany, your top speed's going to be like 200.
Nice.
I don't know if that's true, but I don't know the actual speeds, but it is true that if you buy it at the
Well, you're
factory,
going to drive it on the Autobahn in Germany, so they want it fast.
yes.
If not, you could just pay somebody to make it go 200 miles an hour because you got
That's
plenty
true.
of money.
You have so much money.
Yeah.
Who cares?
If I don't spend a full $8 million on my European vacation.
Right.
Okay. So
that's
Derek, I'm going to jump off of your kind of like just extravagant stuff after we're talking with the 75 million here. If I've still got let's pretend I'm going to invest about 40 to 50 million and leave it alone and live off of it. Let's pretend. I'm going to get season tickets to the Detroit Red Wings, season tickets to the Detroit Lions, probably season tickets to Michigan college football. Possibly, depending where I'm living, I would also try to get season tickets to another franchise if I enjoyed the place where I was eventually going to end up living most of the time. But then the other thing I was thinking is, if I was going to be, I wouldn't use the tickets all the time. Obviously, if my family was living in Michigan, they'd get to use them and stuff like that. But what I was thinking was I would get I think they call it net jets or something like that, where you pay a certain amount of money into a private jet company and you have access, you have a certain number of hours a year that you buy. So instead of buying your own private jet, you share this jet with other people. It's almost like a timeshare, but you have a certain number of hours that you can use the jets. So I would invest some of the money into NetJets or something like that so that I could use private jet wherever I went, not have to fly commercial anywhere.
Wow.
I would just go privest jet all the time.
That doesn't seem snooty at all.
Dude, but then you could bring your dogs and everything with you. You could, anywhere you went, you could just fly like the rich people do. It would be great. There'd be no restrictions. Nothing to say about that. You just think I'm snooty.
Like
I think it's funny.
Get your own jet, though. Get us just a smaller air. It doesn't have to be like
They're
a jet.
really expensive, and then you have to take care of it and all this stuff. I'd rather have somebody else take all the overhead and take care of it and all that kind of stuff.
That's true. He's basically leasing a jet.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, instead of having to take care. I don't want to take care of it.
What would your real quick, Scott? What would your big purchase be? Anything you have? Anything like Derek? Derek's was his BMW.
The season tickets to all those franchises would be a lot of money. Probably, if I got
hookers
like
and cocaine.
If I got like 4 seats at the new arena and for Ford Field and stuff like that. I mean, you're talking. It's probably only like $30,000 after all's said and done. But that's per year, so I'd have to fork that out every year. Man, I might as well just get a private suite if I'm gonna really do it up.
Oh yeah, might as well.
At the new Little Caesars Arena, just get one of those club things where they got all the food and the booze you can drink. Man, that'd be fun. Big purchase. I don't know. I'd get a couple of cars. I wouldn't get anything extravagant like Derek said. I would probably stick with some American muscle. I would get some, maybe like I always want to get a Mustang, but I don't know. I don't know about that. I'd probably end up getting
It's a good car.
A Challenger, a Mustang, and a Camaro. And then I could take them out whenever I wanted and see which one I like the best. And of course, I would get some kind of god-awful, obnoxious, huge SUV, probably like some kind of Tahoe or something really, really big and black and guzzler of gas.
Yeah, and kind of bounce off that going my way. That's what I would wind up getting for vehicles is just some big, monstrous, like F-350 diesel burning monster. Jack that thing up, but all the bells and whistles, the lights, and I mean, just everything you could possibly think of. And that'd be my daily car just to drive around. Something where I almost need a ladder to get into.
I don't want to have to climb into it.
In Chicago.
Yeah,
well, you wouldn't live in Chicago anymore.
No, I would be somewhere in the South. Not sure where it would be. I'd probably get about 10 acres of land, something like that. Have
10?
a nice.
Come on, maybe,
20
or 30 at least.
It all depends. I want a nice big yard and then forest space, so some of my buddies can come out, go hunting, all that stuff.
Some forest space.
I want an area to where I can shoot guns without any worries. Just go out there and shoot into a berm or whatever. That way I can enjoy a lot of my toys, and I'd probably invest in a lot more, guns and ammo and things like that.
Jimmy would not have to worry about his deer lease anymore. He'd just come on our property and hunt.
That's
pretty
true.
cool.
How much does a berm cost?
What's a berm?
A berm is a big massive land, pretty much, Scott. That way you can shoot into it, and the bullets don't fly beyond the berm. But that'd be in the way back of my yard. But it'd be awesome to have an outside range, all that stuff, and just be able to blow stuff up. And of course, the vacations and stuff like that, like Derek was mentioning, that'd be awesome to do. Europe is great. There's tons of places in the United States I've yet to visit that I'd wind up going. But I've wanted to go to like Ireland and Scotland, and I mean, there's so many places on my list. The Netherlands, just to go because I can't afford it.
I would tell all of you, since I have been there on somebody else's dime, South Africa is one of the coolest places in the world that you should go visit. Definitely go there. Go on a safari. There's probably berms.
That'd be awesome.
But you would love South Africa. I mean, it's the bomb. The other place I want to go to, Australia, no doubt, and New Zealand probably, for sure.
Yeah, go see Glenn. That'd be awesome.
That's true. Pipe Nutter will be like, hey, what's up?
That's exactly what he sounds like. So I guess we better shut this down. I need to go buy some lottery tickets.
I know. Our problem.
I'm ready to get out of here.
I think the biggest issue is, and I bet you this is true for all of us, the only time I ever play it is when the odds are even worse, and that's when it's a really huge jackpot. That's like the only time I've ever purchased a lottery ticket is when it's like, the jackpot is $500 million.
I rarely have cash in my pocket. So, like the other day, I had like $3 in my pocket, and I just bought a scratch off. I didn't win a darn thing, but I do it just at random. I don't worry about the big jackpot because I know the chances go down. And if I have a few bucks, I'll play like the Lotto, which is just in the state of Illinois, and then I'll play the Mega Millions, and then one of the other ones, Little Lotto or something. So I just play totally at random, and technically I'm up because at one point I did that and I won $1,000. So
whoa,
technically I'm up.
Winner,
over the
winner, chicken dinner. On that note, hey, if you guys have anything you would like to get with your $75 million that you won in the lottery, go ahead and put it in the comments on the YouTube channel. You can send us an email at heywe'retalking@gmail.com. Head on over to heywe'retalking.com if you want to listen to the Podbean version of the podcast, which is the same one that you're going to hear on iTunes. But hey, that's another way to listen. And check out our Facebook page, Hey We're Talking. All right, on Wednesday, we will be talking midweek man stuff, and we'd like you to join us for that one as well. We're going to be talking about our ideal man cave. That's correct, the ideal. Not the best man cave, the ideal. All right, thanks for listening, guys. We will see you on Wednesday.